Hey, welcome to my book talk. Today we are going to talk about A Christmas Carol written by Charles Dickens. It is a fiction fairy tale, and depending on the version of the book that you have, I would say is what is dependent on the grade level that it is most appropriate for. The version that I'm using is an illustrated version, so I would say it is best for elementary school or early middle school. A few quotes that came from this book that I think just describe the book in general is Scrooge's heart and soul were in all of this. And just another example is, and it was always said to him that he knew how to keep Christmas as well as anyone alive. A brief overview of the book is that Scrooge is visited in his sleep by one of his good friends saying that he will be haunted by three ghosts that evening. Turns out the three ghosts are the Christmas past, present, and future. All three of them take him to moments that are in his life that he recognizes, learning valuable lessons from each. Because he is not a fan of Christmas, he is very grumpy. He's more Scrooge like when it comes to those. So he is brought to those three different points in his life to see important lessons that change him. Some key characters in this book are Scrooge, and Scrooge is the main character, and he is very, very important throughout the whole story. You also have the three ghosts, Christmas past, present, and future, and his good friend that visits him at the beginning of the book. The central conflict or theme through this book is that Scrooge is very much against Christmas and not very nice of a person. So he has gone through these different points in his life that will show him who the person he is meant to be, and he will change throughout. The main message that I believe the author wants readers to take away from this is that people have the power to change. And choosing kindness, generosity, and compassion can lead to a better life for ourselves and for others. I recommend this book and the significance of this book because you learn multiple different important messages throughout, showing that your past, your present, and your future will all impact you in a different way. And stuff you choose to do in your past and your present will have the outcome for your future. So for a child to read this, I just think it's very important because it shows that if you choose kindness, like I said, and generosity here now in the present, it will impact your future as you go on. 3 reasons why I believe students should read this book is that it teaches powerful themes about empathy, kindness, and personal growth. It also builds background knowledge and cultural literacy for the different words and different text structures that it uses throughout the book. I also believe it strengthens reading skills because of the rich language that's used. It's not necessarily used in the younger illustrated versions like this one, but there is parts of it, more or less the version that is the text that is used more in the high school version that doesn't have the illustrations. And there's a very clear story structure throughout. A teaching strategy that I would use and I made my lesson plan about is story elements. There is a lot going on in this book to follow to understand the true meaning throughout the book. And so in my lesson plan that I created, I have the students finding the characters, the setting, the main events throughout the book, the problem, theme, solution, all of that. Because if you can recall all of those key elements throughout this book, it'll make it a lot easier to follow said book. And so this is the book that I've done, A Christmas Carol. It's an illustrated version, has very big passages and stuff, but through my lesson, I'm the one that's reading it aloud to the students in 2nd grade is where I focused my lesson plan on. I do not have a visual representation of the strategy I used, but it would look like a piece of paper. It would be a worksheet, and each little section would have something of the key elements, and the students will write in what they found, like the main characters. They will list out the characters, the problem, they will write what the problem is and what they think the theme is, problem, solution, all of the key elements. They would be filling it out as they go. For my students that need a little extra help, they will have a simplified version where they're only finding the key, like smaller key ones, or there'll be sentence structure. The main character is so and so, or they will tell me later on, okay, who was the main character, and then they will tell me who it is. So that is my book talk. Thank you for listening.